Alright, what is up, my friends? Welcome to another episode of Your Deck Live, a show where I play your deck live on stream. And nice early morning today after a very, very late night last night doing my set review. If you missed that, be up on YouTube. I thought it would take 3 hours. It took 6 hours, but it was a lot of fun. And definitely, if you're interested in that content, please let me know because it's my first time doing it. So that'll be on YouTube at some point. Full set review, every card in the set of the new Theros Beyond Death set. So a little groggy this morning. Apologize for that. Kind of. Not really, honestly. I am who I am, you know? So we are playing Your Deck Live. This is BarrowGordon's standard Temur Lotus Field ramp deck. Okay? And getting our last licks in here before new standard comes in. What do we got here? We got a fun one, basically. So we have... I wish the deck builder was easier to look at the cards, but we have a Temur deck that's rampant, right? We are basing it around Lotus Field. Of course, a land, sack 2 lands, comes into play, taps for 3, hexproof, and Kiora, Behemoth, Beckoner. So, Kiora, of course, is a card that I like a lot. I've tried this card many, many times. The real deal. Resub. Thanks, my friend. Welcome back. I tried to make this card good a lot of times. I've tried it in Pioneer. I've tried it in Standard. Plays, obviously, very well at Lotus Field because you can untap your Lotus Field and get a bunch of mana, which is really cool. Also, a nice card draw engine. A little tough on turn 3 because it doesn't really affect the board at all. But we are a Kiora, Lotus Field kind of ramp deck. So we're trying to ramp stuff out, use Lotus Field, make a bunch of mana, cast a bunch of spells. This is the original list sent to me by BarrowGordon. And I didn't like the numbers, basically. A lot of 3s here. The only 4 of in the entire deck is Kiora. And for a ramp deck looking to consistently open on ramping in the early turns, we got to have more copies of Arboreal Grazer, Paradise Druid, Growth Spiral. These are the important cards. Whatever top-end threat we use to kill them with, Cavalier of Flame, Cavalier of Thorns, they're all really good cards, but we need to get there. And I think Arboreal Grazer and Growth Spiral are especially important given the restriction of Lotus Field, needing lands in play, and so on and so forth. So this is the original list that was submitted, and we're going to look at my update here. Just a slight update. I try to tune the Your Deck Live decks. If they have a problem, I think is going to affect the overall quality of the stream. It's going to tune them up a little bit beforehand. So we've trimmed down a bit on our clunkers. We have cut a Chandra, we cut a Sphinx of Foresight, we cut the random Shifting Ceratops back to the sideboard. Just added an extra copy of a Grazer, extra copy of Paradise Druid, extra copy of Growth Spiral, and now I'm pretty happy. We have a lot of 4-power creatures, obviously, to make Kiora great. We have Bonecrusher Giant's fantastic. Questing Beast is fantastic. We got our Cavalier pack here. I'm not super thrilled about Cavalier of Flame in this deck. We're not playing Fires, and if we have enough mana to cast it and pump it, that's awesome, but it's a little clunky. It's going to be hard to cash without a Lotus Field, but we'll see. Powerful card. Cavalier of Thorns seems phenomenal in this deck because you can find Lotus Field. I love Sarkhan. Sarkhan also plays really, really well with Kiora. Kiora and Sarkhan. I've tried to make Kiora and Sarkhan work so many times. One big Chandra, Mass Manipulation. I'm definitely not convinced that one Hydroid Krasis is the correct number for his deck, because Hydroid Krasis is just really, really, really good, and it's just the best, one of the best ramp things we can do. If we're making a lot of mana, this card does basically everything we could ever want it to do. It is good because of the land in the graveyard. Sure, obviously getting a little extra value on Cavalier of Flame because we've sacked a few lands to Lotus Field is cool. I don't know if, dealing 4 when it dies rather than 2 makes it worthwhile. Doesn't affect the board, doesn't kill your opponent's creatures. Obviously you can kill your opponent's planeswalkers, which is cool, but it's definitely a powerful card. But the reason it sees play in Standard is usually because of Fires, not because people are playing this card fairly. But we'll see. I'm also interested to try Sphinx of Foresight. I have not played this card yet, and it's a very interesting, unique effect. A sideboard was where the biggest changes happened. I'll show the sideboard for the other deck real fast. Oops. The sideboard that was submitted, I did not like at all. A lot of cards in here that don't really make a lot of sense in a sideboard. Commence the end game. I mean, there aren't really many hard control decks anyway, and this is just countered by Narset, but Fairy, just not a good card in this deck, I don't think. I do like this card, but this card is specifically for a Drago control deck. Extra Sarkhan, extra Chandra. Not really sure why we're boarding these cards in, except pretty much Chandra's good against blue-white control, but extra Manipulation's fine. Ceratops is insane, probably the best card in the sideboard. Pulse of Murasa, just there aren't really any burn decks in the format, and we don't really want a 3-mana regrowth. Rampage of Clans, there's just better ways to kill artifacts and enchantments. And then Kasmina's Transformation, I'm not really sure. So updated the sideboard to be a little more streamlined. We've got some Lava Coils, some Return to Natures. I kept 2 Pulse of Murasa, just left them in, but much cheaper artifact and enchantment destruction against, Trail of Crumbs, Fires of Invention. A couple kill spells, we're lacking in those. 4 Ceratops, Chandra, just cleaner, more efficient cards. You want your answers in your sideboard to be efficient because they're very targeted towards what you're trying to beat. So, why not play Fires in this deck? That could be a thing. Obviously, Ramp plus Fires doesn't make a lot of sense, but Fires is great with Cavalier. So, there's definitely a lot of the cards we see in Fires decks in this deck, in Cavalier of Flame, Sphinx of Foresight, Sarkhan. That could be an option as well. But we're going to battle. Let's go here. I'm really, really excited to untap Lotus Field with Kiora because I have an unnatural love for Kiora. So, again, this is Your Deck Live. A show I play Your Deck Live on stream. This is BarrowGordon's Temur Lotus Field Rampy deck. And streams brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, CoolStuffInc.com. Number one source for your game shopping needs. Go buy your card games, board games, miniatures. Check out my articles. My article last Friday all about Black and White Devotion in a new set. I think it was actually really exciting. Pre-order your Throne of Eldraine. Get it all on CoolStuffInc.com. Promo code JIM5, 5% off your order. All right, let's get the old mulligan ski going here. All right, I mean this is basically what we're trying to do. We're probably just going to bottom a land here. We've got Kiora, we got Lotus Field. We do want to make land drops with Growth Spiral. We are on the... Crap. I should tell you even the player to draw after you kept, as I didn't look. But this is definitely a keep. We're definitely going to ship, honestly, probably Chandra. We'll just make our land drops. I think we'll draw into a spell. I don't think that Chandra's, amazing. I guess it is a good sweeper to clean up. Alright, I guess I'll be greedy. What's up, Graveyard? We're going to keep this forest. We've got the fix here. We've got the Kiora and the Lotus Field, so... Opponent's playing Temple of Mystery. They're going bottom. So, Growth Spiral here. We can put in an island. And we can tap them, play Kiora, Lotus Field. Or we can just put in the Lotus Field off of these 2 lands. We'll just see what they do. Early Chandra is pretty good. Certainly pretty good. Temple Garden, Edgewall, Innkeeper. Alright, so Chandra Wrath should be pretty good here. Growth Spiral draw. Arboreal Grazer. That's interesting. Not super pumped about that one, but... Island, Kiora, Lotus Field... Untap Grazer. Yeah, I think we push put the island in to start. Oh wait. 3/6. Doesn't really matter, I guess. We We can't cast Chandra for turn anyway, so I guess playing Brazier into Chandra is kind of dumb. We can't cast Lotus Field. That's kind of awkward. So if we untap a Lotus Field, we can't play Growth Spiral because Lotus Field makes 3 mana of 1 color. But still fine, honestly. This could definitely be worse. We have a bunch of mana next turn. We have Chandra next turn. It's all pretty good. Just going to keep our temple here, which is nice, so no point untapping and playing Arboreal Grazer, I don't think. It would just die to a Chandra anyway, so we'll just say go here. The extra land effects obviously aren't great when you mulligan and you're on the play because you're lighter on cards. Another reason why Hydroid Krasis is so good in these decks is because you keep fueling your extra ramp cards. So would love to cast Krasis next turn is what I'm saying, basically. I think there's a lack of Hydroid Krasis in this deck. So, now they're under pressure to attack Kiora, because Kiora is not only a card draw engine, it's also making an extra 3 mana every turn, and they commit more creatures. We Chandra, feels pretty good. Morning, Lobmancer, how you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Your deck live in the clock. Kira's also a big girl. 7 loyalties, no joke. 7 loyalties, no joke. Hi. Oh boy, we were up late. Ultimate tank here. Shepherd of the Flock. Just casting a 3-1. Perfect. This game's over. Oh yeah, this game's over. Untap Lotus Field. Play Chandra. We're going to minus immediately. Woo! That's a cool effect. And we're going to shock here. And I don't think there's a purpose in growth spiraling now. If we draw a green source, I don't even want to cast the Grazer, I don't think. So let's just ship. No, I think killing both is fine. We could -1 and just kill the 3-1, but killing the Innkeeper is pretty good too. Just keep the board clear and then win the game with Chandra. It's not too hard. Alright, so they're playing Bant Adventures. We're going to want our Lava Coils. And honestly, probably the other Chandra. I would say we are not interested in Mass Manipulation. And then we are not interested in... I think Sphinx of Foresight is a little medium. Honestly, these Cavalier of Flames just aren't really doing it for me. We're not going to need the power of this to like the haste and to overcome stuff. We're going to shave those and maybe a Questing Beast. You know, we want more defensive cards. Don't want to draw 2 Beasts if they can't kill it. Yeah, I think it's reasonable. The Sphinx of Foresight can smooth our hand out, and then it blocks just as well as Beast does for the most part. I want all the big boom booms. Yeah, we'll shave a Questing Beast. Let's try this. Kiora's always up to something fishy, you know? 1 ramp on the draw? What do you mean? Alright, so this hand's very solid. Keep this. Shave 1 ramp card. I don't think you want to do that. I think you're undervaluing your ramp. You really have to have your ramp cards, or your deck is just going to struggle to do what you want. We can ship this. Double Bonecrusher Lava Coil is fantastic against them. Growth Spiral is great too. So, the big thing is, if you're finding that your ramp is being a little less exciting than you want it to, it's honestly probably because we're not playing enough Krasis. Krasis is the ultimate payoff for ramp. It's just really, it scales perfectly, it draws a lot of cards, it gains life, it just does everything. So, alright, we're going to kill this Edgewall Innkeeper. The mountain is super awkward because I want to cast Growth Spiral. How However, just casting Bonecrusher Giant is also kind of reasonable. So Worship by Mountain. Let's take less damage. And we're going to kill this right now, so they can't draw off it. There's a new effect, it felt like. Pretty cool. It is fun playing Arena again. I do miss playing Arena. There'll be a lot more Arena content in the future. With the new set coming out. Wednesday of this coming week is the early access event. 10 new brews. It's going to be great. Alright, so the Fairy's like kind of whatever against us. It's fine, but it's not amazing. We could just play Bonecrusher here, or we could just double ramp and go Growth Spiral into Paradise Druid. I think I'm more interested in that, honestly. Try and find a Boom Boom. Taking 2 is irrelevant. Yes, Bonecrusher is very, very good against small creature decks. If Shock is good, getting the value of the Giant is also insane. Bonecrusher Giant is entirely predicated on how good is Shock. Okay. That's a Boom Boom. That's a Boom Boom. And they're plussing to Fairy again. Alright. So, nice hit there, nice hit there. We are bone crushing all day, every day. So, we're going to Lava Coil the Questing Beast. Just Raw Dog Bonecrusher, attack to Fairy. It's all pretty simple. No reason to stop it to Fairy. It really isn't doing much. If they bounce Bonecrusher Giant, whatever, it's great. They bounce Paradise Druid, whatever, sure. It is nice that Teferi's not very good against us. Nissa who shakes the world. So, that card's obviously good, but we can coil the first land and then attack and shock it, so we're honestly in pretty good shape here. We could kill the Teferi here too with the other Stomp, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think the Teferi is really super exciting at the moment. So, finish off Nissa. Killing a land's also a pretty big game because we're just slowing them down, which is nice. So, this game is just Bonecrusher Giant and Lava Coil. I haven't drawn a big payoff yet, but Bonecrusher is so good that it's fine. So they have 5 lands and 3 cards in hand. I mean, fire away, I guess. See what happens. Time White would be very, very weird in their Edgewall Innkeeper Nissa who shakes the world deck. Morning, Cody. Morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 12 to 14. I mean, if we get Wrathed in some way, so be it. How much gets Lotus Field in play? Lotus Field, unfortunately, without Kiora, doesn't really do a ton. They are casting actual Brazen Borrower, not Petty Theft. We're just going to kill this. The fact that they're not even trying to bounce anything tells me that they're just trying to cheese me out with a couple quick attacks. Let's just kill this. We're pretty ahead on the board anyway, so like the biggest thing they can do is play like a Krasis. If they play a Lamprey Krasis, it's a 4/4. I mean, they're playing Adventures, so I don't know why they'd have it anyway. Well, I guess they do. But we are already ahead on board, and we're just slamming through. Well, there's Kiora. That's pretty good. Let's just start there. Let's Kiora and cast Bonecrusher Giant and draw a card and see what we do. Sweet. Hydroid Krasis is tight. Pumped for Krasis. So next turn we get to 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana next turn for Krasis. The Great Henge. Edgewall in Kiora. That's a good card. That's a good card. It's probably a little too late here, but definitely powerful. Alright, so we're dead. So yeah, my initial impression of I want more Hydroid Krasis has not changed. I want all the Krasis. There's a reason Hydroid Krasis is so played in Standard. It's just phenomenally good. Just phenomenally good. So, 1-up. Let's go here. Remember, folks, change brought to you by Coas Apparel and Design. Wooberg. Check it out. Seriously, these shirts are so comfortable. Super high quality, super fun designs. Check it out, coasapparel.shop for all your Magic shirts. They're making me shirts soon. Still waiting to hear on what's going on with that. But should be really, really cool. The preview designs look awesome. Promo code GYM10, Coas Apparel and Design.shop. Also, BCW Supplies. We're running a sale right now. 25% off the Elite 2 deck guard sleeves. That's insane. They're already fairly inexpensive at $8 a pack. You can buy a 5-pack. They're like $6.50 each if you buy the 5-pack. Normally use my promo code. They're like $6 a pack. This promo code is like $5 a pack. So go buy yourself a 5-pack of the best sleeves in the market. The Elite 2 deck guard sleeves. Promo code ELITE25 for 25% off. Alright? BCWSupplies.com. And then GYM10 for everything else. Check it out, bcwsupplies.com. Alright, we're going to keep... This is what I like about a Grazer. It gives us a turn 2 Kiora. Second Grazer not as good, but I'd rather have 2 Razor than 0 Grazer. So... Sphinx of Foresight for them. Top, bottom. Who tops? You know? Who tops? Alright, so I'm playing a Fires deck. Cavalier of Flame. Get our Scry on. We're going to bottom this. I just want to draw lands. Also finding a Lotus Field would be pretty nice too. What's up, Zan? Does it feel weird to be playing Arena again? No, Arena's great. I love Arena. They shocked? It's kind of weird. Justice Strike? I don't really play many other cards. I mean, I don't think they're countering this, so we're going to cast it. Let's take go.
Just can't help myself.
They are reading Kiora. Bonecrusher Giant to poke Kiora. Kiora's got a big booty. Alright. Bonecrusher Giant, sure. Good news is we have our own Bonecrusher Giant here, and ours draws a card. So we're not going to bother trying to stomp here. We're just going to cast a Giant. It can trip 4/3 for 3 is awesome. Draw a Chandra, Awakened Inferno. So, let's get a Forest, cast a Arboreal Grazer, and set up for Chandra next turn. Mr. Easter 5-month resub, welcome back. If this Kiora is so good, why don't you see more play? Turn 3 is tough. Doing nothing on turn 3 is tough, which is why I like Grazer in this deck so much. We can cast Kiora on turn 2. Not affecting the board on turn 3 is a hard thing to do, especially on a draw. It's a powerful card, but it is hard to get going properly. What are we thinking about this? I am wishing this Cavalier was a Krasis, I'm not going to lie. Because this Cavalier is not really doing a ton. We're kind of just going to cast it as a 6/5. I probably want to cast Chandra instead. I think I want to trade here. We could just jump block, but I think I want to trade. They have Fires. Yeah, they have Fires. Alright. So Sphinx is certainly annoying. Growth Spiral. I mean, we probably wanted to Chandra minus to kill the Sphinx. If they have their own red Cavalier, we have blockers too. We play Cavalier, we could like loot away the Growth Spiral, but it's just not very good. We'll just get Chandra in play. We do have another mountain, right? We do not have another mountain. So we couldn't even cast Cavalier. That's awkward. Okay. So we'll just cast Chandra.
I love to make a splash.
First impressions of Theros. I did a 6-hour set review last night. If you missed it, it'll be up on YouTube over the next few days. This does make the Chandra vulnerable to a Stomp, which is kind of annoying, but alright. Kind of lame, but it's okay. Mr. Easter, thank you, my friend. Yeah, the problem with the Cavaliers is, also you have a Lotus Field in play, they just don't seem very good. That's an interesting card. So, we could just steal their Bonecrusher Giant. It's not like the best thing ever, but I think I'll just wait. The fact that we can't cast Cavalier really sucks. Again, without Lotus Field, this card's just pretty hard to cast. We're just going to Growth Spiral here and try and find a creature to cast. I don't want to cast Mass Manipulation on the Bonecrusher Giant. I mean, that's a castable card. We'll see go. Obviously, we could also just Mass Manipulation for 2. That would be really awesome. And now we can cast Cavalier next turn, so... The thing about Cavalier also is that it really costs 4 red, because you really want to cast it and activate it at the same turn. So, definitely not big on the Cavaliers. The green Cavalier seems good, but... Please stop stomping my Kiora. They have the 4th... No, you don't have the 4th Bonecrusher Giant. We have Bonecrusher Giant, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting. I mean, I think we Cavalier here and probably discard nothing. We're not going to manipulate only one Bonecrusher. If I could take both Bonecrushers here, I might be interested in that, but you know, just Cavalier.
Let's get moving.
And then we're going to draw a card first. It's a Sarkhan. And then we're going to discard nothing. Because all these cards are really good, honestly. So we do have 2 lands in the graveyard, which is like fine. I mean, they're definitely holding their own Cavaliers because they stuck on 4 lands, haven't played a spell really. So once they draw his 5th land, it's gonna be pretty scary. But fire's number 2. Okay. Sarkhan plus Kiora is also awesome. Sarkhan, you draw a card off the dragon, and then the Kiora can become a planeswalker. It's just a really cool. What are they attacking? They're taking me with both? I think we're still blocking. They could have a Deafening Clarion here, but I don't really have a problem with that. Okay. Alright. We did not draw a red source. So that is the downside of our losing our Paradise Druid there. But we'll just hardcast Bonecrusher Giant and draw a card. We have Growth Spiral also, so... Oh, there's your land. Only one mountain, too. I think we're really pushing our mana base here. If we don't draw a Lotus Field, like, our mana is just not particularly great. I should just main phase Growth Spiral. Alright, sure. Very Time Raveler, you got it.
I know my responsibility.
What's up, Tuna? Thank you. Set review is fun. So they're going to bounce my Bonecrusher Giant. They're looking for land 5 for a Cavalier. As they have been for many turns. Crap. See, that's when Cavalier of Flame is good. When you cast it for free. Yeah, they probably have both. No? Alright. So we can just steal their Cavalier. And they've already used Teferi's, they can't bounce it. Will they attack me or Kiora? Alright. Sorry, Kiora. Kiora did her job. She drew some cards, made some mana. Got good value out of our investment there. God damn it. Obviously, the Kiora was only on 1 at that point, so it didn't really matter. But, alright. I mean, now we can cast all our spells. We're just going to steal this Cavalier of Flame. Hope they have another Teferi in their hand. A Lotus Field. And just ship a turn. We can Bonecrusher Haste. We can even Sarkhan Haste, which is kind of cool. So, Cavalier of Gales, short. No Teferi, please.
Let's try this.
God damn it.
I'm known for my excellent.
Alright. I mean, they have to get their Cavalier back. That's certainly not good for us. It's this weird little aura. I think we're in pretty big doo-doo here. Sphinx of Foresight. I mean, none of our cards line up particularly well with their cards, unfortunately. Can't Bonecrusher on their turn because it's a Teferi. We can just play Sarkhan. Make a dragon. If they can't kill the dragon will at least trade with something. It's not a great spot. It's not a great spot. Let's just Growth Spiral. Alright.
You will feel the lick of my fled. This might be a bad idea.
Nylea's Intervention. It's too clunky to just to find Lotus Field. I think the point is, if you're going to make this deck, you want to make this deck not need Lotus Field to function, but be really good when you have Lotus Field. They're keeping both the cards in their hand. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. Let's go to the next game here. Pretty awkward. Our mana did not work very well that game. I I mean, manipulation is pretty awkward because they have Teferi to just bounce it. So I'm not really happy about that. Definitely want these Return to Natures. It's probably it. Big Chandra's like fine, but not amazing. Questing Beast is awesome. Bonecrusher is not great, but it's just like a reasonable. It's okay. I guess we could just focus on the bigger stuff. I don't think Big Chandra's very good either. Let's cut that into Bonecrusher. Don't think you want Ceratops. Doesn't tussle too well with their creatures. Not really countering anything. Just don't think we're really interested in that card. Morning, String Daddy. How's it going, everyone? Okay, so here we have a hand of Magic cards that is really, really close to being good, but isn't. If we had one more land, this hand is almost the nuts. But on the play, we only have one land for Lotus Field, and we can't Arboreal Grazer effectively. So close to being the nuts. We turn one of these pumpkins into an island, and this hand is insane. But we got a mulligan, unfortunately. That's a tough one. Very close. Very, very close. Still haven't fixed that audio bug, you know? We're going to keep this. We're going to... just going to ship Bonecrusher Giant. I guess shipping a Grazer is not insane because we are now on the mulligan on the play. I'm happy with Krasis. So we have land, then land. If we land Grazer, field sack both lands. Yeah, I'm going to discard the Grazer. On the play, on a mulligan, it's not super exciting. They have one or two Sphinx Foretold. There's some sort of visual bug occasionally. But I have not played the Reclamation Scarab God deck in Pioneer. Looks fun, but... one top, two bottom. You know, you couldn't have been in my opening hand. You couldn't have done that. That wasn't a thing we could do. Alright, so... land go. We could have shocked them with Bonecrusher, maybe. Because they're probably just going to cast it anyway, but... Temple of Mystery. I mean, we probably just Lotus Field here. The tap land's a little awkward. But we don't really want to Sphinx anyway, because it's just Teferi it. Alright, yeah, we'll just stomp them and play Lotus Field. Next turn we can Bonecrusher and play Temple. It would be nice if there was something else to do with Lotus Field besides just Kiora. Otherwise it just doesn't really do anything, it's just an awkward land. Looks familiar. Bonecrusher upkeep, scry 1. I mean, we probably want to trade here, so we probably just play our own Bonecrusher, play Temple. We can cast that. Alright, let's cast the ball next turn. A little thin value with the 2 lands in the graveyard. Giant Killer on my Bonecrusher Giant. Flavor win. Chopped down. But we're definitely happy they killed that, not my Cavalier, so. Realistically, I just want my 6th land for Krasis anyway, so. Let's Cavalier, and. I mean, they didn't play Fires yet, so. I'm kind of tempted just to dump the Return to Nature. I'm definitely dumping the Sphinx, we just have better cards. And just trying to find land number 6 for Krasis. This is pretty aggro, but I like it. Works for me. Alright, I mean, pretty awkward. We just tapped 5 for a creature, and they just get to bounce it. Not super exciting. We do have our Krasis rolled up, but we're also kind of dying. Like, casting Giant Killer here is actually pretty good. I mean, we're 2 attacks from death. That's a pretty good draw. Alright, so let's get a mountain and just cast Hydroid Krasis for 4 and start to claw our way back into this game. Krasis is a very good catch-up card. Probably going to keep saying it over and over again, but this deck definitely wants more Hydroid Krasis. The card's just too good. So if they attack, we probably got a block here. If they tap and attack, it's a little scary, but being a 10 is a lot better than 8. Like, a lot better than 8. And they can't tap and play the Sphinx, so... That's a big one. That is a big one. Realistically, I think we just have to block here. I don't think going to 6 with a tapper in play is reasonable. Questing Beast. It's not great. We have 6 mana in play. I mean, we could Cavalier and Haste, but that's pretty similar to Questing Beast. You can just Questing Beast, Paradise Druid, tap land. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. We don't have an answer to this Cavalier of Gales. We're probably just going to die to it, honestly. Chomp. A chomp, a chewy chomp, a chewy chewy chomp. Lotus Fields for days. Are there any other effects instead of it untap lands? I don't think there are. Yeah, so we're just dead next turn to this Cavalier. I don't think we actually have any outs. We've cast our 1 Krasis. We just don't beat a 5/5 flyer. Well, we don't beat 1 5/5 flyer. We definitely don't beat 2 5/5 flyers. So, again, I don't think that Cavalier of Flame has been better than Krasis at any point so far in these games. Every time we hit a Cavalier, I wish it was just a Krasis. Because Krasis just does everything. you know, in that game. It could block flyers. It scales really well. The fact that Krasis scales is what makes it so good in a ramp deck. It's not the worst card to cast on 4 mana. It's 2/2, it draws a card, it's fine. But it just scales at every point to be good on the curve, and it's just never bad. It's always great. And then later in the game, it can just take over. Whereas the Cavalier is pretty clunky without playing it for free. I think the value on putting lands in your graveyard with Lotus Field and Fabled Passage is kind of a trap. It looks cool, but it's not super exciting. So we're on the draw. We're going to keep this. And this is the kind of hand where Krasis is cool. I don't mind casting Krasis for 2 on turn 3 here if we draw a land. It's a little sketch, but we have Paradise Druid, double Bonecrusher. Gotta have a little faith we draw a land here. Incubation. Basically Ancient Stirrings. Edgewall, Innkeeper, and we draw a land, so that's pretty good. So, obviously we stomp the crap out of his Innkeeper. Lucky Clover. Alright. Alright. Trying to get lucky. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Do they have the nut draw of Clover into the ramp spell? Because that would be good. Nope. Oh my god. They're going deep. Ugh. No land. Gross. I think we're just killing the Innkeeper here. We're not going to expose our Paradise Druid to a stomp. We'll just play a tap land, so go. Things are pretty scary here. You know, any adventure card they play right now is bonkers. Well, I guess like Brazen Borrower and Bonecrusher Giant aren't amazing because, frankly, there's just not as much stuff in play, but really want to draw a land next turn to cast Cavalier. Like, really, 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 really. Like, big time. Like, please. No. Kiora's not bad, though. The problem is they can just stump it. Oh, Hobo, don't apologize. I was late, too. I was up super late. It's Sunday. It's a day of relaxing. Don't worry about it. But I guess we're just casting Kiora here. The problem is, like, they can Brazen Borrow it. Or, I mean, honestly, it's not even that bad. They Brazen Borrow it, whatever. They get no value off their Clovers. They have a Stomp. It's awkward, but this is fine. Just say go. I guess I could have untapped and killed the Innkeeper with Stomp too, but just don't want to expose this Paradise Druid to danger because we're just so so blooded here. Let me see, man. All right, so they Borrower, they draw a card. Poke Kiora, sure. Kiora's very sassy, in case you were wondering. And they have... So they didn't even need to attack Kiora. I guess they did, actually. But... Alright. Draw a land, please. Oh, they have a land for Innkeeper, too. Maybe we should just kill the Innkeeper, honestly. The fact they've drawn 2 cards off his Innkeeper with so few cards makes me feel sick to my stomach. We didn't draw land again. Yeah, I mean, maybe we just screwed up. Alright, we're going to tap our Paradise Druid. If they have another Bonecrusher, we're probably just dead anyway, because it's worth 6 damage, so... Cavalier of Thorns should be very good against them. It's just so big. It's cute. I mean, they're basically out of cards, which is good for us. Cavalier here. Block 5/5, take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're pretty dead here. We could just play Sarkhan, because the dragon actually matches up really well with all their stuff. If they can't kill a dragon, it stops almost all their attackers. Just too far behind here. Awkward game, awkward game. We can't beat Brazen Bar or Bonecrusher Giant anyway, so don't really need to play around it. If we draw a land, we can play Krasis next turn. There's a chance. Oh god. They have triple Fae of Wishes. Alright. Fling. Alright, we're good. Alright, alright. A little clunky there. A little clunky for sure. Don't think we want Disenchants against their Clovers. I mean, our draw kind of sucked that game, honestly. We just didn't really get off the ground. Definitely interested in Lava Coil and Chandra. Cutting the Cavaliers. Bringing the Coils. Chandra, and cut like a Questing Beast. And probably the Mass Manipulation. BarrowGordon, how do you feel about changes? Because we're playing on Arena, I can change the deck. I'd like to make some changes for match 4 and 5. What are your thoughts on that? Pretty good hand here. There's your Innkeeper. There's your Stomp. Can't cast it yet, though. Add some Krasis, fantastic. So we're going to tune up a little bit. Arena gives us the nice benefit of being able to tune between games, unlike Magic Online where the deck is locked. So, right, so they have all their payoff-y cards. We can Questing Beast here, or we can just kill this Innkeeper. Maybe just cast Questing Beast. Unfortunately, casting Sarkhan's not possible yet without getting Lotus Field in play. We could just, like, stomp the Innkeeper, play Lotus Field, but I'm going to be scared of next turn. I'm not really scared of them playing an Adventure Creature next turn, honestly, so the old turn 3 Questing Beast into play. Just throw some Mythic Rares at him, you know? They have like a Brazen Borrower here. It's a little annoying. This is fine. Oh, sure. Make some 1/1s. Guess like Aether Gust is also pretty annoying, but we'll find out if they have that pretty quick. Okay. That means we can cast Sarkhan. Let's just move to combat and see what happens. See if they have a Brazen Borrower or an Aether Gust here. Nothing. I am a little skeeved out here. Honestly. Something is afoot, and I don't like it. I think I would like to just play Lotus Field here, say go, and then Bonecrusher Giant, their Innkeeper, in the upkeep. Something's afoot here. Something smells, and I don't like it. Alright. Alright, so we're in their upkeep. A little stompy stomp. Resolve that. We're good to go. If you're enjoying the overlay, that is Cardboard Live. Cardboard Live is the bomb. If you're a content creator, get involved with them for sure, because they are changing the way we watch Magic on the internet. Overlay is phenomenal. So, content creators, please get involved with them. And then viewers, enjoy. More stuff's coming from them too. They're only in beta. Pretty soon you'll be able to buy cards right from the stream. You'll be able to click my questing beast and then buy a copy of it from the retailer I choose. So they have Brazen Borrower now. I mean, they might have just drawn it, but I'm pretty sure they had it last turn also. And they have another Lucky Clover. So they are cloving it up. So we get to Questing Beast here, tap land, or we get to Sarkhan. Sarkhan plays really bad against a bounce spell, so pretty sure we just Questing Beast. They don't do it for Hearthstone, but Keller, new sub, what's the name away from? Welcome, my friend. Twitch Prime, free sub, thanks so much. They don't make one for Hearthstone, but there are ones like that for Hearthstone. If they have a Bonecrusher, it kind of sucks. Once they use their Bonecrusher, though, now my Sarkhan is kind of free to attack, so... We're just getting outvalued pretty hard here. Our hand's pretty mopey, too, unfortunately. Kiora is not bad. It's basically free. Then I get to Sarkhan and make a token. I mean, it all depends on what this card is. If this card is an adventure that can remove a dragon, we're in trouble. If it's not, we should be in really good shape here. So, can't really play around it being that. So we're just gonna do our thing here, gentlemen. Behold.
Your end has arrived.
Alright, you're up. Blaine, am I saying that right? From Tucson. Favorite card is Pyromancer's Ascension. Thanks, Blaine. Appreciate that. Remember, folks, Twitch Prime, free sub. Oh my god. Beanstalk Giant, Lovestruck Beast, Brazen Borrower. 2 land drops. Now they have a Brazen Borrower. That's so sick. So they escape the wilds into Brazen Borrower. They can bounce my entire board. Probably don't even want to, honestly. Probably want to just bounce the dragon and then kill the planeswalkers. We're in big trouble, though. It's a lot of clovers each game. A lot of clovers. They're bouncing Sarkhan. Sure. They're just bouncing everything rather than kill everything? Right. Awesome. Blaine, I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Cavalier of Thorns. So, wait. Which of these are on an adventure? Huh? And which of these are Escape the Wilds cards? You can't see what's on adventure? That's cool. Wait, what? Ones that show both casting costs are from Wilds. Oh, okay. So, okay, they can't adventure the thingy. Okay, sure. So if I play a Sarkhan here, they can't
One draw. Rip.
bounce it, hopefully. This is pretty confusing. So they can cast these 3 as creatures, and they can cast these for adventure if they want to. Right, okay. Not very clear, but it's okay. This is actually pretty good for us. I mean, obviously they're going off here with Beanstalk Giant and stuff, but they can't actually remove my board. I get to untap, play Cavalier and Bonecrusher Giant, and draw a bunch of cards. We're kind of in pretty good shape here. They're also at 8, so Sarkhan's pretty close to killing them. Well, Average is dead, because they didn't leave any blue up for Brazen Borrower to block. So they're actually just dead. They had left blue up to cast Brazen Borrowers to block. That would have made them alive, but now they're dead. So when they're dead, we're happy. Okay. Yeah, kind of a swingy game there. Definitely a weird deck. Like, their deck seems pretty reliant on Clover, but when they're clovering their Giants and their Brazen Borrowers, it is quite good. Let's try again. We're 1-1 so far. This is match 3. If you're just sitting in, this is your deck live. This is Temur Lotus Ramp for Barrow. Deck's pretty sweet. Definitely love Kiora. We're going to make a little tweaks after this game. This hand is the nuts. Needs a payoff, but this hand is great. Alright, second Grazer not as good, but... Sarkhan and Kiora are very good together. I've played Sarkhan and Kiora in many decks. I'm a huge fan. Okay. So, didn't draw a land to cast Kiora, which is a little awkward. We can cast Paradise Druid here and play Lotus Field, though, so it's pretty good. Yes, Kiora ramps to Sarkhan on turn 4, and then you draw a card off the dragon, which is phenomenal. And then Kiora acts as a dragon, so their hand in this game is much worse than the previous 2 games. No Lucky Clover. Definitely in nice shape here. Alright, I mean, we need to, like, do something, for sure, but haven't done a payoff yet, but we're going to shock and just cast Growth Spiral. Another Growth Spiral. Well, unfortunately, we can't untap Lotus Field and cast Growth Spiral, so we're just saying go here. So, we need to pay off, but we're certainly very well set up. Here it comes. Escape to the Wilds. Land, Lovestruck Beast. So pretty good. Pretty big brick there on Escape to the Wilds. What's up, Double Scorpion? I did a 6-hour set review last night. Went over every single card in the set. So if you're interested in my thoughts on cards, that'll be up on YouTube over the next day or 2. I'll have to make a command for that once they're up. That's a payoff. Now we're talking. We'll get doesn't really matter, I don't think. And we're gonna make the old green skis on tap. Lotus Field Kiora is the bomb. We're gonna we'll draw a card first to a little more information. Love it. Oh, we love it. Put Temple in play. Temple says Cavalier of Thorns again. Sure. And now, no reason to untap. Not really casting anything relevant, so just say go here. Edgewall Innkeeper. Might be a little too little, a little too late. Love Struck Beast, sure. So we're about to pop off for a Monster Krasis, or we can just cast Cavalier. We'll decide. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 mana next turn. Probably want to just Cavalier again, honestly, and just set up for an even bigger Krasis. We'll see what they do. I don't know. Playing a big Krasis is really good here. We draw 6 cards. That makes our Grazer better. Yeah, we're just gonna play Krasis. Are we interested in attacking with the Cavalier? I don't think so yet. I'd rather just play my Cavalier first. If they block and kill it, I want to put a card on top, not mill it. So let's just that's not true. I mean, we're gonna draw anyway. I'm being stupid. This puts any card from your graveyard on top. Sure. Let's attack with our Cavalier. Sure. And we're gonna bombs away here. They could have like a way to counter this, but obviously Krasis still draws cards anyway. So
I love to make a splash.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess X is 8, not 10. I'm being silly. I want you 1 land, so... Oh, I'm sorry, we draw another card. Alright, so... No Grazer, with no extra land to play, but our hand's pretty stocked at this point, so... Brazen Borrower, adventuring to just cast it. That's fine. If they have a way to stop this 8/8, they can maybe get some attacks in, but at this point, I think we're far too far ahead to be stopped. We also have Chandra available to eat some things if they go wide. Fae of Wishes. Not nearly as devastating with no Lucky Clover in play. The Great Henge. Okay. That's pretty good. I think a Chandra's in order here. Let's see here. Chandra, we can even cast a Cavalier too. This is pretty busted. So let's give me some red. Make a mana off of our Paradise Druid is gonna die, and we get to Chandra, kill everything but Cavalier and Krasis. Attack with Krasis, and then probably play another Cavalier.
If you haven't heard of me, then get ready to meet
Boom shakalaka. And then, I'm sorry, this is not an elemental. So the Cavalier can also attack, which is game ending, as you can see. So, I like Chandra's deck a lot. Ramping the Chandra is quite good. Definitely all about the Chandra and all about the Krasis. So let's tune up a little bit here. Usually, for those who don't know how Your Deck Live works, this is the show where I play Your Deck Live on stream. Play 5 matches. At the end, I tune the deck to what I think is most optimal. But Arena gives us the benefit of being able to change between games, so we're going to tune it a little bit here. It's 4 Hydroid Krasis, and I don't think it's close. Cavalier of Flame is really underperformed. I want all the Krasis. Give me all the Krasis now. And then, not been too impressed with Mass Manipulation. I do like Chandra a lot. And then Sphinx of Foresight, I just don't think that card's very good, honestly. Bonecrusher Giant's been phenomenal, though. So I think I would like to add a Chandra, and then cut Manipulation, cut both Sphinxes, and add a Bonecrusher Giant. Bonecrusher Giant fits really well because it's an interactive card. It's also a creature with power 4 or greater, so it's great with Kiora, it's great for interaction. And then this looks much, much smoother to me. We have a cleaner top end. I like Cavalier a lot as it finds Lotus Field. I like Chandra a lot. It's uncounterable. It's a Wrath. Questing Beast is great. Sarkhan's very good with Kiora. I'm actually pretty happy with this list right now. As far as the lands go, I wouldn't mind a few more red sources. I don't think the second mountain is necessary with no Cavalier, but I wouldn't mind playing probably the 4th Steam Vents and the 4th Stomping Ground just to give me access to more red. And I think we're gonna do that. It is a little more damaging to us, but we gotta have our colors, you know. So we're gonna clean the mana up a little bit too, and the sideboard. We're not playing Mystical Dispute in the sideboard. I don't know if we need that. That card's pretty good though. I'm gonna cut these 2 pulses for 2 Mystical Disputes. It's only 14 cards. Was I playing a 14-card sideboard? Awkward. We'll add... Is there any sort of effect we really want? I moved a sideboard card to the main. Oh, I moved a Chandra to the main. Right. The 4th Lava Coil might just be fine. It's a little redundant with Bonecrusher Giant. Feels like a negate or something too. I don't need that. Like negate would actually be pretty good against the Fires deck. All right, let's try this. So slight update here, and let's jump back in. We got 2 matches to go. We're 2-1 with BarrowGordon's Temur Lotus Field Ramp deck. Deck's sweet so far. The 3rd Chandra could be a thing, but let's try 2 for now. Let's see how it feels. Remember, folks, stream's brought to you by thehexholder.com. Brand new product for... Oh, nope, I broke it. Oh. Brand new product in the market for storing your Magic cards. Big, bulky backpack got you down. Light, easy, convenient. The Hex Holder. Holds 4 double sleeve decks. Holds playmat. Holds your Zibby. Holds your dice. Holds everything. Light, easy, convenient. Perfect for your next FNM or Grand Prix. Check it out, thehexholder.com, promo code JIM10. Love it. Hydroid Krasis. That's all we want. Opponent mulligans to 6. I could definitely see a 3rd Chandra, because Chandra is... I like Chandra a lot. It's a great card to ramp into. It's uncounterable. It can clean up boards if you're behind. Chandra's been quite good for us, so a 3rd Chandra is certainly not out of the question. Little Zerg breeding pool action. Love it. Overgrown Tomb Questing Beast? Sure. Fabled Passage is really awkward with Lotus Field. I screwed up. I should have Passaged on turn 1. Because now I can't play Questing Beast on turn 3 if I play this Lotus Field. Alright, that's a mistake. It's an oopsie on my part. So I could have Growth Spiraled, put in Lotus Field end step, and then played Breeding Pool and played Questing Beast, but now we have this Passage. That's not very good with less lands in play. So a bit of a nombo here for Passage and Lotus Field. Now that the Cavaliers aren't in the deck, might just want some Scry lands over the Passages. We'll see. We draw Kiora. That's pretty good too. That's pretty sweet, honestly. Just go for it. I can't cast anything yet, so if they can kill my Kiora, kind of sucks, but definitely a punt on my part. Played the wrong land on turn 1. Just didn't think about Passage interacting with Lotus Field like this. They have a Murderous Rider here. I'm pretty sad, but Oh, they definitely have a Murderous Rider. So we would have cast Questing Beast and drawn a card this turn, which is obviously monstrous game. So, pretty bad. They've Brontodon. Alright, cool. Can I put the passage in play in the response to the sack trigger on Lotus Crack Passage? Yes, but then the Lotus would be in play tapped. I want to untap with Lotus into my turn. Doesn't really matter what land we get here. Whatever. Hey! Alright. Now we're cooking. Alright, so we're going to Questing Beast here. Draw a card. And see if we can draw a land. We did. Excellent. And now we're going to play Krasis for 2. Yeah, Kiora is really, really good in this deck. I do love me some Kiora. Also love me some Hydroid Krasis. Like, Krasis just scales so well. This deck's dope. I think we're a little rougher on the edges to start. I think we've smoothed things out pretty well here. I think the real important thing is to make sure that in the games we don't draw Kiora, our deck still functions. I think we're pretty reasonable. Lotus Field could be a little awkward, but it's certainly just fine. And I'd love it if there was some other benefit to playing Lotus Field. I mean, this is the easiest block of all time. What are we scared of here? You got it. I'll take my 2 for 2 all day, every day, till the end of time. Okay. I think we're just casting Sarkhan here. Just give him the old whammy whammy. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. We could Temple first? Nah, I don't think so. We can 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're not gonna play Krasis yet. We're just gonna play Sarkhan. Play Sarkhan, make a dragon, draw a card, see what happens.
No sword can pierce
There aren't many 3s we can draw. I guess we just scry first, actually. Maybe I shouldn't do that, though, because they favor Murderous Riders really bad. Yeah, alright. I probably should just play this Temple first. Get a dragon. Draw a card. Okay. We can Grazer to Lotus Field here, which feels pretty good. I think we're going to do that. Don't need another Lotus Field. That's a little over the top.
One drop ripples and grows.
Play Arboreal Grazer. Put in under the Lotus Field. And we are cooking with gasoline, as they say. What's up, Destiny? Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Happy Sunday. I would say our board state is pretty good here. Pretty good. They have Foulmire Knight, though. That's a thing. So we have 9, we have 10 mana next turn for Krasis. Sure. This is all very okay with me. So let's bomb our Krasis here.
The ocean surges.
So Krasis for 8. So if they weren't dead already, you know. Draw another card. Plus the old Sarkhan. Coming in with a huge party, right? This Grazer will stay home. Yeah. And we even have the Sarkhan defending against all their X1. This is actually... Oh, there's dead. Okay, sure. Yeah. Not a very close game there. Not a very close game. Obviously, if they had just the Murderous Rider for my Kiora on turn 3, it would have been a very different game. But Bostradamus says, is there a good site for looking up cards and building decks? I know about Goldfish and Aether Hub. Anything I'm missing? I mean... If you're looking to learn more like strategy, coolstuffinc.com is your best place to go for all your free strategy content by me and other content creators. Video Monday, article Friday. But just building decks, I think Goldfish is pretty good. I honestly just prefer building decks in the actual programs. Just load Arena and build a deck. Or load Magic Online and build a deck. Magic Online has probably the best deck builder of most things. And you can make it so you can build decks without cards that you own, for sure. So, alright, they're playing Golgari Adventures. We're going to want our Lava Coils. What do we cut? I feel like all of our cards are good now. Like, before we had some easy cuts because I wasn't really thrilled some cards, but now I actually like every card. I guess we can shave a Questing Beast. And then maybe we're not interested in Sarkhan on the draw against them. Let's try this. I'm honestly not sure. All of our cards seem great now, so... Yeah, I think that if you're going to build decks, you're best off doing it in one of the programs. And then if you want to just look at cards, I would say Goldfish is probably best. I use, I think magiccards.info is Scryfall now, right? That's what I use for, yeah, it's Scryfall now. I use this for all my thumbnails, because it has nice high-resolution cards. So, like, you can search for the card, tells you where it's legal. You can download the image for it, look at the art crop. It's useful for YouTube and stuff like that, and it shows you all the versions and stuff, so that's what I use usually. Another Nutso hand. Let's keep. This time, we're going to play the Fabled Passage the right time. Opponent mulligans to 6. Sure. Fabled Passage. Breeding Pool. Okay. We still Passage. Passage for a Forest. Breeding Pool into Lotus Field. Kiora into Lava Coil. It's all really good. Yeah, Magic's awesome. It does have a very steep learning curve. Easy to learn, hard to master, impossible to like master. The depth in Magic, it's just literally never ending. Like, the game just never ends. It's kind of awesome. You could think about a format or a deck for a month and not even come close to solving it. Alright, so say go here. We have Growth Spiral into Lotus Field into Kiora. They have Duress. Alright, so we're going to Spiral in response here because we have one Spiral and two Kioras, so... They probably just take Lava Coil, which is annoying, but... They take one of the Kioras, they have another Duress. Okay. It's a little annoying, but they mulligan to 6 this game, so now they're super resource light. And an Innkeeper. Alright, so we're definitely should kill the Innkeeper. I think playing Innkeeper there was horribly wrong. Unless they have a real good plan for it. They're so behind on cards that the Innkeeper is like really, really important. And they just gave it to us to kill for free. So, I think that's great. Can you get specific individual cards in Arena? What do you mean? They're reading my Lotus Field. Can't kill it. Hexproof. Unstoppable. Questing Beast. Sure. So, unfortunately, we're pretty flooded here, but we're going to wait one more turn and cast Hydroid Krasis as a 4/4. And, hope we're still alive. If they have a kill spell here, we're kind of in trouble, but... So, okay, well, thankfully we have more Krasis, so... This feels like a Murderous Rider. They left their Paradise Druid up. I would say they 100% have Murderous Rider here. But we're going to start grinding. We're going to draw 2 cards. You gain some life. Paradise Druid Temple, not great, but... Assassin's Trophy? Well, that's much better than Murder Strider. Why didn't they attack? What are they, crazy? This is awesome for us. Now we just have a 6/6 Krasis next turn? Kind of a weird play. They're like allergic to attacking a Paradise Druid. I don't really understand why. Okay. So we can shock and get 1 extra life and 1 extra card off this Krasis. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I mean... So this is for 6 now. We're going to go 7. If they have a way to kill it. We still have plenty of cards in our hand. Bonecrusher is not awesome, but fine. Well, our hand's a little light on stuff, but... And we have 3 Lava Coils in our deck. I think it has many duresses this game. Assassin's Trophy again? I mean, I do love putting lands in play. I'm not gonna lie. Now Paradise Druid wants to attack. Okay. It's actually really good for us because now we can just stomp the Paradise Druid and play the Bonecrusher as a blocker. Obviously, if they have a kill spell here, we're dead. But you know, all things considered, it could be worse. I should have scryed. Oh, this is a mistake. I should have scryed first and then growth spiraled. Yeah. I guess that doesn't really matter. If they can kill the Bonecrusher, they can kill the Cavalier, so... I mean, if we can survive till our turn, we are going to be in reasonable shape. But if we die, we die. What's up, Bear? It's actually fun. I do love a lot of the cards in this deck, so I'm all about it. Oh, I didn't get a forest. I punted. I don't my land's too small. I didn't look at him. That's really bad. Alright. So, I mean, Paradise Druid being in play doesn't really matter that much, I guess. But... Oh, I don't have any forests left? Ew. Really? Oh, it's in the graveyard. Got it. Well, I'm not dumb. I'm smart. Alright, so pretty easy block here. I mean, Cavalier of Thorns is big game, because if this ever dies, we just get back our Krasis and then win the game, so... Alright, you're up. Living on a knife's edge here. Please don't kill my Cavalier of Thorns. That's weird. Why wouldn't they want to, Why wouldn't they want to adventure that? I don't know. Alright, so we're going to attack and just untap Cavalier of Thorns. We actively want this... Oh wait, I just killed us. Well, I'm an idiot. I just forgot this thing had that touch. It just in my mind they played it and it was so irrelevant because they didn't adventure it, but that was very stupid. Okay. I was thinking about wanting Cavalier to die, but in my mind it was like, well, Kiora keeps us alive, so we're totally fine here. Instead, I just killed us. That's a funny one. Where's my book? How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. How's it going now? Appreciate it. How's it going, my friends? You haven't followed the stream with that follow button, of course. We're gonna run this back here. I'm pretty happy with our deck. I don't think we're in trouble here at all. The double duress was tough, but that's sweet. That is sweet. Alright, yeah. Awkward. Little chuck there, little chuck. No big deal. We're gonna win game 3. Just wanted to play another game against in this matchup, you know? Just wanted to get a little more experience. Everybody punts sometimes. Right, Zibby? Remember, folks, I did my set review last night. It took 6 hours. It's all gonna be up on YouTube. Look for that real soon. Follow me on YouTube, Jim Davis MTG. Should be excited. The deck should be updated because of Cardboard Live. So, all right, let's go first here. I mean, if we keep drawing the nuts, I mean, I'm gonna be really happy. So we again have the Growth Spiral, Lotus Field, Kiora nuts. So this is nice. This is nice. The videos are separated by color. There'll be 7 videos going up, 1 for each color, 1 for multicolor, and 1 for colorless. I'm going to upload those after my streams today. Temple of Malady. Milady. Temple of Milady. So, looking pretty good here. We're pretty solid to a duress because we have 2 Kioras. Lucky. We've got our Lotus Field. We got our Growth Spiral. We got a Stomp. We've got basically everything we could want here. Love Struck Beast. So, Growth Spiral. Second Lotus Field, not as good as the first. But... Alright, so not drawing a land's pretty bad. I honestly think we just cast Bonecrusher Giant here. Making land drops is really important, and while I would like to shock this human, I don't think it's the end of the world. So we're just gonna cast it. Gotta draw cards. Gotta make land drops. Didn't do it. Alright. Also, any land allows us to cast Krasis for 2 and draw another card, so... well, that's great, actually, because we've got plenty of those. Chandra, Awakened Inferno. Ooh.
I love them all.
Okay, what is going on here? New group chat for my hockey team. Great. Raise your hand in chat if you love group chats. Alright, let's just say go here. I don't think playing Grazer has any value. Is that a book of punts? No, I just had an idea for an animation thing. Or a soundboard thing. Alright, so poke Kiora. It's good that they attacked it, 'cause it means they can't kill it. And now we get to play a Monster Krasis or play a Chandra. It's probably Monster Krasis, because we don't draw lands. And Chandra's like not amazing right now, so. Oh, we drew a land. I kind of like floating a green and casting Krasis for 4. I guess casting it for 5 is better against Lovestruck Beast. Chandra is not really good right now. If we cast it for 4, we can just chump block with the Grazer, though. Interesting. Interesting. They have another Lovestruck Beast, they have a Murder Strider, and 3 cards, 4 mana. We're definitely doing this.
Let's get moving.
I think with the Grazer and the Lotus Field in our hand, I want to just cast Krasis for 4. Floating a green. I can also double block the Lovestruck Beast, so let's play this. This is going to cost X is 4. And I want to spend... No! Why did it do... Why did it do that? I was trying to pay the mana by clicking it. I clicked the 1 green and it just paid automatically. I had the full control, don't I? God, son of a bitch. That's unreal. Well, we could have played Grazer and then played another land. That is extremely frustrating. I figured it would make me spend the mana like Magic Online, where I have to click through each mana. I suppose that is not true. You can't even do it under full control? I don't believe that. That's really, really annoying. Need to turn Auto Tapper off. Alright, so double block. Alright, I mean, that could be worse, I guess. Oh man, that sucked. Love Struck Beast short. I think we're still in fine shape this game, but it just kind of sucks. Alright. I mean, we can like Chandra sweep here. And then just play some D, attack. It's all pretty good.
Nature flows with vigor. I need some. Check out these fireworks.
Check out these fireworks. Grazer puts the line into tapped. And we're still playing Grazer. So Grazer. The Fabled Passage Lotus Field interaction is really bad. I want to get rid of these Fabled Passages pretty badly. So they're at 8. If they can kill Grazer and pressure my Planeswalkers, I just kill them with Krasis. We're a little lacking on top end here, but they have to deal with Chandra and Kiora and Krasis, so hopefully the little mistap there doesn't screw us up. Alright, well, they found a way to attack, which is fine. Arboreal Grazer's got no problem jumping in the way here. I think Arboreal Grazer is very good in this deck. So let's draw a big payoff. We do that. They're also about to be under Vishandra. Oh, that's a really good one. Alright, no. I'll just cast Cavalier of Thorns. Start there. Cast Cavalier of Thorns. Let's draw a card first so you have better information. Hydroid Krasis is the bomb. I would say we don't want this Lotus Field because we already have another Lotus Field, so let's just get the land. Comes in tapped. Oh, they're dead. Cool. Alright, cool. So, thankfully, both my punt and our mistap didn't punish us there. And look at that, we're in gold. I have not played Arena in months, so we were all the way back in bronze as of a few days ago. So, I probably should play more Arena, though. I want to play in the MCQs, or the Mythic Invitational Qualifiers. I just haven't, obviously, because I haven't been playing. We're 3-1, so I would say the deck is much improved. The core was already there. We've just really cleaned it up a lot, which is great. Makes me excited. And remember, folks, if you want to see your deck played live on stream, here on Your Deck Live, a show where I play your deck live on stream, JimDavisMTG.com. Hop on over. It's my website. Social media, articles, etc. Hop on over to I Play Your Deck. All the information is right there. How much it costs, what do you get, how to submit, how to donate, logistics, scheduling, all the information you need, upcoming queue, JimDavisMTG.com. What's up, bud? How you doing?
Good.
Should we keep Mulligan?
I think Mole.
Agree. Agree. How about this hand? Oh, boy.
Keep.
This is a pretty wacky hand. A pretty wacky land, I mean.
That's why
I think we are going to keep, but it's pretty risky. We should need to draw a third land here. So we're going to keep this in bottom of Lotus Field. Plains. Haunted Witness. Can I get a witness? That's not bad.
Good luck.
Thanks, bud. These failed bashes have to go. They're just so awkward. Like, if I could go Stomping Ground, Arboreal Grazer, Scryland, and untap and cast Paradise Druid, that'd be insane. But I can't, and that blows. So we're gonna Grazer, and I just hope we draw another land. But opening the passage tapped. So we gotta fix the mana base. Block. But a lot of cool stuff happening here. This deck's pretty sweet. We're currently 3-1. Loyal Pegasus. Cavalier of Thorns. Super awkward. Alright. Guess we're Lotus Fielding. You're up. Want to go over turn 2 Lotus Field? We did turn 2 Lotus Field. They have Heraldic Banner. As battlefield, choose a color. It's a Crusade, and it adds mana. Alright, that's cute. It's cute. We draw another non-land. We do have Bonecrusher Giant now, though, so that's pretty cool. I'm just going to do this now in case they have some dumb spell or something. I guess Giant Killer is like a little bit annoying. I mean, you say, why can't you run into this jank? We're probably going to lose this game. So, if you want to draw some lands pretty quick. And then we just kill the Pegasus. Let's just say go, I guess. Let them figure it out. Heraldic Banner. Ooh. That's like... Nah, we can't Bonecrusher Giant this. We gotta kill the flyer, I think. We'll just take the lumps. Might even I should just block. Little Fairy Guide Mother. Like, they're out of cards. So they're gonna cast it, sure. Alright. Kill the flyer, block the 2/2. Arboreal Grazer is doing some serious work this game, so... Go to 11, and untap draws draw land. God damn it. Where's the lands? Alright, I guess we're going to cast Paradise Druid. We block, take 4, and then if you draw 11, guess Cavalier of Thorns, which is great, so... I fetched land. I don't think that really matters. Castle Ardenvale. That's actually really good. They can make a 2/2 every turn, or a 2/1, I guess, every turn. So now we're on a bit of a clock here. Well, they can't use Giant Killer and use Castle Ardenvale, so that's pretty cool. Conclave Tribunal. That is the most aggressive play of 2020. Alright. Alright. I mean, we're probably going to die. But Hydroid Krasis. That's actually pretty good. We just like play a 2/2 here. Gain a life, draw a card, hopefully draw a land. And then, you're probably just dead. But I can block the Guide Mother. Yeah, we're gonna Krasis here. Brutal. Brutal Tribunal on the old Arboreal Grazer. Let's tap that. We go to 1. 2, I mean. Up, we're dead. They drew Fairy Guide Mother. Never mind, we're dead. Alright, so, unfortunately, we probably need to draw some lands here. What are we going to do? What's up, sweetie? How's it going, my friends? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Your Deck Live, a show where I play Your Deck Live on stream. This is match number 5 for BarrowGordon. We got a pretty sweet deck here, I'm not going to lie. Have to look through a new set and see what's in it. Possible cards to add, but... Alright, so 3 Lava Coils are in. I'd say Sarkhan. I mean, Sarkhan's actually pretty good because the static is really good. Let's cut, like... Let's just cut all the Questing Beasts. And then call it a day. Want the ramp, want Bonecrusher, want Kiora, want Sarkhan, want Cavalier, want Chandra, want Krasis. Yeah, pretty easy. Questing Beast is just a 4-4 against them for the most part. So, deck sweet. Deck sweet. I do love me some Kiora. Yeah, the Simic Titan might be really good in this deck. It's just another Explorer. This hand's great. I'm pretty sure we just go tap land to go. And then play the Grazer on 2 for the Lotus Field. Knowing what you know about Standard, what tier would you place this deck in? Is it completely optimized? I mean, I don't know. I haven't played enough Standard to start ranking things, honestly. Just not going to lie to you. If I don't have good advice, I don't like giving advice, so... I think we're going to sack the Steam Vents here. I just want pain-free lands, and the Lotus Field will do everything we need to do. So, Ender's tapped, play Grazer, play Lotus Field. And we're just building up to our end game here, which is phenomenal. All three of these cards are insane. So, speaking of new set, what do you think of putting the new Ashiok in Grixis mid-range and Pioneer? It's just the same as every other 5-mana Planeswalker. It's not like it's officially, you know, it's like super great or bad. No play, so they have raised the alarm. That's fine. We're gonna play a small Krasis here. We just want to curve up, and we want to play a spell this turn. So, again, this is a lot of why Krasis is really good. We're not putting Krasis in our deck to cast it for 2, but we can cast it for 2. And it is very relevant, and the more you play, the more you draw. So it's as simple as that. All right, there's your raise the alarm. We are feeling pretty well defended this game. Sure. Okay. Just trade. Cavalier blocks flyers anyway, so... Fabled Passage, gotta go. And we have Chandra to mop up too, so... Find a land, get Chandra, mop up. I guess Mountain. What's up, Wolf? Oh, land comes in untapped? I didn't know that. So used to getting tap lands with the Cavalier of Thorns. Alright, what you got? What you got, my friend? You and your little white weenies over here. Lotus Field is for Kiora. Lotus Field plus Kiora is like peanut butter and jelly. You get to untap it, make tons of mana. Kiora is great in the deck anyway, so... Alright, so we're going to be playing Chandra next turn. I think I want Bonecrusher Giant here. I don't need a second Krasis. I want to be able to mop up. So... So, we'll block the 3-1. We'll play Chandra. Tithe-Taker, sure. Tithe-Taker cannot kill Chandra. It'll be one short the token, I mean.
I know who I am, and no one can tell me what
I think Chandra's very good in this deck. Oh, it was a Haunted Witness, too. Oh, I missed Haunted Witness. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. We're still fine. So I'm not really worried. Like, we're at 15. We get to play a big Krasis next turn. I'm not worried at all. I might have changed my play if I realized the Haunted Witness was there, but... Or all like Banner being pretty impressive here. Sure. So there's Giant Killer worth 13. And a Guide Mother. And a Venerable Knight. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to play a 4-mana Krasis, leaving up a red. So we can cast Stomp when we draw a land. And we're going to stomp the Giant Killer. Sarkhan is also insanely good here. So unless I draw like a way to remove this turn, all their attacks suck. We just untap and cast Sarkhan. So gentlemen, behold, Tithe-Picker. Absolutely, you got it. So Sarkhan. I guess we'll play Grazer and Paradise Druid. So let's play these first. So it taps our lands right. Gentlemen, behold.
What know you of dragon? Magnificence!
I should have attacked first before I did the Sarkhan play. Because if I attack with both, now I'll just block with both. But I'll just say go here. We can use Bonecrusher, break up a double block, so just say go. Alright, obviously pretty good draw. Probably no better draw in their entire deck there. But that's okay, that's okay. Oh, duh, it's on our hand. One of my UI complaints about Arena is when you have no cards in your hand, your adventure card sits right in the middle, so it looks like it's in your hand. It should be shifted over. It should be over to the side over here. So I'm done. We've already Bonecrushed.
Look to the skies.
I mean, we have plenty of good blocks here, so. Like, they have 2 flyers, we have 2 flying blockers. If they drew, like, another banner of his turn, that would be the sick runner for sure. Yeah, same with Jumpstart, same with all stuff. Where does Exile go on paper? Wherever you want it to. But it's just like, when a card is here, you think it's in your hand. Typically, your hand is here, and your adventure cards are over here. But with no cards in hand, they just shift over to the middle. They should just stay to the right. So, like, if we attack with Sarkhan, we can trade Sarkhan for a Spirit and a Guide Mother. Which is kind of fine, honestly. They don't really have good attacks. Then we're open to attack them. We also just plus and say go and make a dragon next turn. Maybe that's just better. Calzavandrus is not good in this deck, I don't think. But when it's bad, it's really bad. I'm just gonna land. I'm just gonna say go. Make it a dragon next turn. Raise the alarm, sure. Pegasus, sure. Damn! That's what's up. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's cast it for 10. So 6, 7, 8, 9, or sorry, 8, technically. Not too shabby. Make a dragon. I mean, we could shock and coil something. We could shock and growth spiral. I don't know. I don't think it really matters what we do, honestly. So you've got the passive is holding off basically their entire army. And then we have almost never just dead in the air. So yeah, stomp this, Lava Coil this, and attack. You did. You did. Gentlemen, behold. So Sarkhan's pretty nice here. Venerated Loxodon's still a really good Magic card. Obviously, they're playing a lot of very weak cards in their deck, but Fast Curve backed up by Loxodon is certainly not bad. Certainly not bad. Good blocks. Arboreal Grazer getting in for the kill there. Let the record state that Arboreal Grazer finished him off as revenge for being Conclave Tribunaled in Game 1. Yeah, just run it back. Magnificent. Who's pumped for the early access event? Who's pumped? Who's pumped? I'm pumped. That's this Wednesday. I'll be on for like 12 hours playing 10 new brews. Early access. There it is. Check it. It's going to be sweet. Brews. I can't keep this hand. Some brews are ready, not all of them. This hand's good. I think we just dump the passage here. We could dump Paradise Druid, honestly. But it's not the passage. Pretty good curve. Pretty good curve. We need a little help here. This is not enough to win the game, but we draw cards for a reason, you know. Can I get a witness? Alright, Arboreal Grazer number 2 is a little worse than number 1, but now we get to Paradise Druid and play Lotus Field. Honestly, the 0-3 is not even that bad. Lava Coil. So they have raised the alarm again. Alright, we need a land for Arboreal Grazer. I mean for, not Arboreal Grazer, for Cavalier of Thorns, but we have Lava Coil, another blocker. Our hand's not great, honestly, but there's the banner. Did it. Big Daddy Cavi. Temple of Mystery, love it. Scry Krasis to the top? No. Alright. Feeling good, feeling good. They have a Tribunal to kill my 5/6, or his Giant Killer is pretty bad. Yeah, alright, that's pretty bad. I don't think I want any of these cards on top. I don't want to draw Lava Coil next turn, because all I have is crappers. So we're just going to submit nothing here. Wait, what? Oh, it's in May, so I can decide to do it afterwards. So I do this and then say yes or no. Can I get a witness? Oh, that's a really good one. It's pretty interesting. Lamp. That's month number 2 resub. Thanks so much, my friend. Appreciate it. I kind of like just Lava Coiling the Witness and playing. I'll play Grazer actually. 3, 4, 5, 6. If I minus Chandra, the token is good. I'm just gonna Lava Coil the. No, app like this. Come on. Lava Coil the Witness. Try to make them commit more to the board. We draw a land, we can play Grazer too. Oh, yeah. Keep it coming. We are almost dead here, but this banner's been actually really good for them. Giant Killer. Like, they do have Castle plus Banner. So we can Chandra here, but they're going to just make a 2-2. Sarkhan's good, though. Sarkhan's good.
Ever see a volcano erupt in person? You're about to. Check out these fireworks.
So if they have, like, Fairy Godmother, we're dead. Should suck. Oh, I'm sorry. I did a second one. Alright. If we played Sarkhan, we were dead. Because they have Godmother and Giant Killer. Alright. I guess we lose. Not a very, not a common deck in the format, but sure, that's fine. We can give it to him. We'll give it to him. If we were scared of that card, or scared of that deck, we should play some Flame Sweeps and crush them. But what are you going to do? Can't beat draft commons. What are you going to do? Sometimes White Weenie wins the game. So, overall, 3-2. Think the deck is super sweet. I definitely think we need to cut these, what are they called? Passages. Passages far too awkward, Lotus Field. These all got to go. And I would love to see some more temples, honestly. Temples play really well with Growth Spiral and Arboreal Grazer, and finding gas is really important. So, would like Temple of Epiphany, Temple of Mystery, and maybe another forest. Oh, I could have played Sarkhan and the Grazer. That's true. Well, no, because they have more stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure. Whatever. Need to add one more land. I think I like that temple, honestly. Just play 5 temples. When we play Sarkhan, they just pump their creature, right? I guess the dragon can block at that point, but I'm not sure. So definitely fix the mana base for sure, and then Elvish Reclaimer is just not a very good Magic card. We don't need to find Lotus, you know. Oh sure, the Grazer could have blocked. Okay, sure. So maybe I punted. They had Giant Killer too. I mean, they had everything. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It's over. Probably could have played better. It is what it is. And fix the mana base. I'm happy with the main deck now, honestly. I think the main deck's really, really good. We're super clean. A lot of 4-ofs. We have all of our ramp spells. 4 Kiora, 4 Bonecrusher. We get some top end boom booms. We get all the card draw in the world. We got Chandra. I'm about this deck. This deck's super sweet. I like it a lot. A lot of fun. Kiora's great. Krasis is great. Chandra was really good. Sideboard. I think the sideboard's fine. I'm not exactly sure what I want. I need to know more about the metagame. And obviously the metagame's about to change. But I like a few counter spells. I like the removal, like Disenchants, like the Ceratops. These are probably fine for like big crazy games. But overall, deck's super sweet. So, questions, comments, concerns? Happy to hear them. Otherwise, Barrow. Deck's awesome. What do you think? From a new set, I have no idea. I would need to think about it. I don't know. No idea. Probably. I'll leave you with probably. Look at my set review from last night and check it out. So, yeah. BarrowGordon says, thank you, Jim. Well done. Actually, I have one more Kiora Lotus brew ready. It's for best of 1 standard. Do I have time this week before standard changes? I don't think so. Message me on Discord. We'll talk about it. I still have a few more Your Deck Lives that are backed up. I want to do my own content too. And then I have all the new standard stuff. message me on Discord. We'll talk. But all YouTube folks, I love you. Look for the next for more videos. We're going to stream more, but the YouTube video is going to end. So if you enjoy my content and you want to support me for absolutely free, for about free fitty, please take 3 seconds. Sub to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment saying that Kiora is bae. That's all you have to do. Alright, super easy, helps me out a lot. And otherwise, YouTube folks, I love you. I'll see you next time.